Tonight to have our family in town, and I'm not introducing them, I'm just saying.
Yeah, talk about it, baby. Talk about it, go ahead.
Just saying that Van and Stacy are awesome. They happen to be family.
The first Blue Diamonds in Michigan.
Yeah.
I'll tell you a story about them. You know, when you put your friends in, you really kind of want them to succeed, right? But then when you put your sister in, you better help them succeed. Well, they live in a township of 1,200 people. And after I did their first tasting party with one of their last classmates and the janitor from the school, that they said, if you come, we'll feed you. And that's all they could muster out of this 1,200 people in the township to their house. I left there thinking, oh my goodness, they can't do this. And here's you go. They ended up being the first Blue Diamonds in Michigan.
Yeah.
So Van has got a master's in biochemistry. And they both taught high school. They've been retired now for 4 years. Almost 4 years. And the school year's coming up.
Awesome.
And Stacy worked with special needs kids, so that's why we got along so well. So that's kind of gave her a start. But anyway, then we're going to bring Van and Stacy up here. Stacy's going to help tell their story a little bit. And then my brother-in-law is a student of the business. When I got in, and I don't want to take any more of his time or thunder, but when I got in the business, when he finally got in, when I hit about 10 grand a week, Stacy said, Matt's good, but he ain't that good. We should maybe drink his juice. So when they got in, and I gave Van a stack of stuff, everything I had, every publication that we ever had our hands on, I gave it to Van the night before.
And you never read.
And that's part of my story, if you don't mind. Anyway, so what happened was, I go to bed, Van, and I get up like I should, right, about, noon. And Van goes, hey, you got any more stuff? I go, what? He goes, I read that. I go, you read that? I never read any of that stuff. So this guy's been a student of the product ever since. You are really going to enjoy him, and we're going to have a video of him too. So once he gets through compliance, we'll have it available to you guys. So, hey, Stacy and Van, come on up. Appreciate these guys. Come on, man, give it to them. Stacy's going to tell the story a little bit.
I have a real short story. I actually told almost the whole thing, but those of you that are trying to get your family involved and they just really are not interested, don't give up. I think it was, Matt talked to me, actually I think it was January, he got in November and called us for the first time in January, and I just knew it was one of those things, because he'd done one of those things before and I wasn't doing that. So I didn't even tell my husband about it. I thought, no, we're not doing that. You have fun with your juice, good luck. And like he said, I think when he hit about $5,000, which was when I first said, man, I think we should at least try this juice because he's good, but he's not that good. But I didn't sign up. We had my mom, 90 pounds, living by herself on 2K auto ship. So the juice was piling up in her garage. So what I did was I bought 2 bottles of juice, one for Van and I, each, and I took it home and Van wouldn't drink it.
True.
So I thought, well, it was kind of expensive. That's fine, I'll just drink it myself. Well, Matt calls me up. He was very good at following up. And I said, I didn't really notice anything. It kind of cleaned up my digestive system, which is always a good thing, but that's about all I noticed. And he said, well, a bottle is going to make you feel good, but a case will change your life. So went back to Mom's house and bought a case for each of us and made Van drink it.
True.
I said, you know what, if we're going to tell Matt no, he needs to be honest and drink this and not feel anything, So, of course, after I drank 6 bottles of juice, well, then I noticed some differences. But the other thing was, too, Matt's in Florida and we're in Michigan, and he said this juice was great, but he didn't really tell me what I was supposed to feel. So when he called me up the second time and asked how I was doing, I said, I didn't really feel anything. He said, well, are you sleeping better at night? Well, yeah. Well, haven't your aches and pains gone away? And I had arthritis in my feet since I was 18. And I thought, oh yeah, that's gone too. So we really didn't even know what we were supposed to feel from this juice, but I think Van noticed it more right away, because he did start sleeping better at night and had a lot more energy. Actually, my mom had passed away kind of in this process, and he's at home. Like I'm trying to get things settled at my mom's house, and he's at home. He's washing walls. I'm thinking, what?
I never washed a wall. department.
Of course, that went away. So there's my short story, and I'm going to let Van talk. I know he has a lot of information about the view. We're really excited about it. We haven't even been back home to Michigan since we got it, but we've been scanning a lot of Floridians, so you guys better get out there or we're going to find you first. So.
Come on.
She's my better half. You can see why. She keeps me on the straight and narrow. I have some things I want to share with you tonight. I kind of follow up with that story. We didn't share this with anybody for 5 or 6 weeks. It's like Matt said, we're from a little community of 1,200 people. We had students in our classroom who were the children of the students we had when we first got to Stockbridge. And so until we believed in this product 100% ourselves, we weren't going to go out and start sharing it with everybody else. And so what Matt told you, I had 8 people coming, 4 couples to our first meeting. I'd seen one presentation Matt had done in a city that was about an hour and a half away. And from the time we left that meeting the night before until my meeting the next night, and of course Stacy, as she said, was staying back in her hometown, everybody had canceled except my best friend and his wife. And so we're about a half hour from our house, and guess who calls me? My best friend. Bev's not feeling good, man. I can't make it. I says, Joe! I says, Joe, you gotta come. I said, Matt's all here from Florida. I said, I gotta have at least one person. And then I thought to myself, who else can I get? Well, we have a young bachelor teacher in the school district, only been there. If you promised him a French fry, he'd show up. Okay? So I said, I promise you, I'll feed you if you come. So we came. First presentation, we had a couple people that night. Next week, I did my own. And basically, if you're going to build this business, you do have to do your own. But I fell in love with the product because I torn my left knee up in high school. I was a quarterback. Tore my right one up in college. In my mid-40s, developed a condition in both feet called plantar fasciitis. I was in pain from the knees down for 30 years. 5 weeks, left knee pain gone. 6 weeks, right knee pain gone. Less than 3 months, pain's gone on both my feet. I've been wearing inserts for 10 years, threw away. Never worn a snap. So you can see I'm pretty casual at night, pretty cool. So we start sharing it with our friends, and they're calling us back in 3 or 4 days going, man, what's in that bottle? Same thing Matt told us was going to happen. My shoulder doesn't hurt. I'm sleeping on my right side for the first time in 6 months. My hip doesn't hurt. I've been over tying my shoes for the first time without sitting down in 3 years. What's in that bottle? I'm talking about big guys, 300, 400 pounds. I never hung out with little people. But it was just amazing what was happening to these people. So we started sharing it. This thing exploded. 3 months later, we're solid gold. We're making as much money every week as Stacy was making, and she'd been teaching for 22 years. We did it in 90 days. So we just kept doing it. By the next summer, we're making 4 times what we were making as teachers. That chalkboard and that grade book just wasn't as exciting as it used to be. Now, we do miss the kids. We both do. And we had both ends of the educational spectrum. I had a biology major, a phys ed major, got a master's degree in biochemistry. I was teaching chemistry, science, chemistry, physics, and anatomy and physiology, and having a blast doing it. Because I had the kids that were there and wanted to learn. Stacy, she had the other end of the education. God bless her soul. You know, those special ed kids. Wow. And here's the thing. Stacy would be sick from November to March because, as you know, those kids don't have the best hygiene in the world. And because she's working right in front of, over the shoulder, behind, right next to those kids all day long, she catch, hi Bob, how you doing? Good to see you. So she would catch everything those kids had. So when my mom and I would talk, she lived out in Washington State, her very first question would always be, how's Stacy feeling? Because from November to March, she suffered. She'd be on 2 antibiotics every month. And they would last, what, 10 days? She has been on 1 antibiotic, had 1 cold in the last 7 years.
Wow. Come on.
That stuff works.
Yeah.
So when it's changing the lives of your friends and it's changing your lives, it's easy to get out there and share this thing with compassion. So you're here to hear the science tonight. You can take the teacher out of the classroom, but you can't take the classroom out of the teacher. So don't think you have to do what I do to share this business. All you need is those 2 videos. If you don't have a scanner, team up with somebody that has one, give somebody their life score, and whoa, if they're not green or better, they need some antioxidants. And we have the most effective, cheapest form of high-level antioxidants that you can find anywhere. And I'll get into that in just a second. Here's the one thing, if you get nothing else tonight than this. This is all I want you to remember. Why Monavie? Quote, the amount of antioxidants that you maintain in your body is directly proportional to how long you will live.
Come on.
Who said it? Dr. Richard Cutler, Director of the Anti-Aging Research Department of the National Institute of Health. He came out with this in November of 2011. That's what, 15 months ago? Wow. We just got done with the Orlando conference. Dr. Sean Talbot had the opportunity to speak with him several times, and Dr. Schaus was in this. I pulled him aside for 45 minutes. So I kind of go to the science geeks when I'm at these conferences. I just love what they've got to say. But science has been my passion since I was a little kid. I remember we had a vacation place in mid-Michigan, and my mom let me go with a couple boys that lived across the street. I was about 8, they were about 10, and we got to go to the party store, which was about a half-mile away, and we cut through the back of all the cabins along the lakeshore. Of course, you wouldn't let your kids do that today, but back then it was absolutely fine. Well, on the way back, 2 other boys a little bit older had a BB gun, and they shot a chipmunk, and they were going to dissect it. So guess who didn't go home back to the cabin who was supposed to? I had to stay and watch them dissect that chipmunk. So, my father was a little bigger man than I am, about 40 pounds heavier, and had a voice about like this. So I knew I was in big trouble anyway, but I stayed. My passion for science has always been there. Secret of Vigor, brand new book. Vigor, what is it? It's a sustained feeling of physical energy, mental clarity, emotional well-being, a true state of wellness and vitality. How to overcome burnout, restore metabolic balance, and reclaim your natural energy. That's what ManaV can help you do. And we have the full broad spectrum of products that will allow you to do that. So who's Dr. Sean Talbot? Master's degree in exercise science from the University of Massachusetts, PhD in nutritional biochemistry from Rutgers, master's degree from the Massachusetts Institute of Technology. He's worked and trained athletes as part of the United States Olympic Training Center Performance Enhancement Team, and he runs a lifestyle research program near Salt Lake City, Utah, and he is the head of product development for ManaV. I want to share a couple things from his book. I picked this up last week. Yes, I read it already. Sorry, I'm also a person who just loves to read. Stress. Anybody got any stress in your life? Financial stress, boss, you guys got to travel down 95. Oh my God. I'm glad I don't have to do that every day. Wow. Okay, here we go. Initially, the effects of chronic stress are subtle. This is everyday stresses that you're going through. On the hormonal level is cortisol, which is the death hormone, affects your heart and causes belly fat. Okay. Goes up and testosterone goes down. And yes, ladies, you have testosterone too. Thank God, only about 1/10 as much as males do. Okay, but it's important that both males and females keep that testosterone, cortisol in balance. Continue. Although you are hardly likely to detect such hormonal changes on a daily basis, what you might notice is that you experience a few extra pounds of weight, a slight reduction in energy levels, a modest drop in sex drive, or a bit of trouble with thy memory. Even then, you probably brush these off as health signals simply as normal aspects of aging. However, as you'll read in this text, these traits are actually the earliest signs of depression, chronic fatigue, fibromyalgia, obesity, diabetes, impotence, dementia, heart disease, cancer, and many related conditions. Do you know anybody that has any of those? No. This one absolutely knocked my socks off. I would imagine most people are parents in the room, correct?
Yeah.
Okay. One of the key things we now know about longevity is maintaining a healthy blood sugar balance. If you know anybody that is hypo or hypoglycemic or diabetic, their blood sugar's out of whack. Okay? Your child's lunch of white bread with grape jelly is a biochemical disaster. You might as well inject sugar straight into his or her veins and fat directly into her adipose tissue. Wow. Why? What's white bread? Carbohydrate, simple sugars. What's jelly? Almost pure sugar. Okay. So we all tried to raise our kids right, but how many kids how many people eat jelly on their toast? Still do. Okay. It's good, but it's certainly not good for you. Okay. How about pain relievers? Anybody here ever take a pain reliever of any kind? Let's take a look at some of these. Okay. Tylenol does not reduce inflammation, may cause liver damage, lung damage, increase in blood pressure. Bayer, Anacin, Excedrin, or any aspirin thins the blood, can cause stomach ulcers, strokes, kidney failure, and liver failure. Ibuprofen, such as Advil and Motrin. Ulcers and other gastrointestinal damage. Aleve, gastrointestinal damage, increased risk of heart attack and stroke. Oxycontin, also known as oxycodone. Additive narcotic, patients can develop a tolerance. And I'm going to kind of put these last three together. Celebrex, Vioxx, and Dextra. Wonderful NSAIDs, natural anti-inflammatory drugs. However, came on the market in '99, approved by the FDA, yes? 2 of them taken off the market by 2005 and 2006. Why? 700,000 hospitalizations in the United States and 100,000 deaths. Wow. Approved by the FDA. Guess what's in every single bottle of Monavie? These same COX-2 inhibitors for pain. We have a woman in our group, she's now 76 years old. She had 4 operations in 2010. She had her upper arm, or humerus, replaced. On this side, she had her labrum and her rotator cuff repaired. She had her gallbladder out, and she had one of her knees replaced. In all 4 instances, she was on painkillers less than 2 days. And she was back in the gym in 5 weeks or less, all 4 times. Wow. At 70-some years of age. They're there. Those anti-inflammatories, those painkillers are there. Okay, now, I have about 1/3 of my stack of goodies. Some of you that have heard me before know this is a lot of stuff. But if I don't do this, I'll get bird walking, which is off track. Okay, so that's why I use my notes to keep me going in a nice